refused to be part of the swearing-in ceremony, even though he himself 4 years back had the ex-president Barack Obama hand over the baton to him and wish him well, even though Barack Obama had said prior to the elections that he was unfit for office. When there is a competition, even though you do not believe in the abilities of your opponent, if the judges happen to choose them as the winners, the good thing is you behave like a good loser, and then you accept it and let it go. My brother, my sister, in our part of the world, it is very difficult for people to play the good player. Better still, the loser. We would fight left, right, and center in order, my brother, my sister, to hinge or hang on power. Donald Trump is history. Everybody is celebrating around the world. Joe Biden has reinstated the travel of people from Muslim countries without any ban. Donald Trump has extended an olive branch to the people of Mexico, who Donald Trump labeled as rapists, my brother, my sister, and robbers. My brother, my sister, that is not all. Joe Biden has also, my brother, my sister, extended an olive branch to the people that Donald Trump referred to as shitholes. Now, I've heard some people call me and say, Blakk Rasta, why do you detest Donald Trump like that? And I tell them, I don't detest or hate any human being. I detest and hate their activities, their character, and so on and so forth. They are two different things. The Bible tells you, hate the sin and not the sinner. Same way, don't hate the thief. Hate the thievery. My brother, my sister, it's a whole big debate, which I wouldn't want to go into. But I just want you to understand one thing. Despite the way Donald Trump tried to destabilize America, inciting his supporters to go out onto the Capitol and wreak havoc on the new president, America is still on. But I need you to check something. Over 70 million Americans voted for Donald Trump. Some of them have regretted voting for him after all these stupid things he did. And one of those people is no other person but Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is a Republican. He has come out boldly to say that this is a disgraceful act and Donald Trump is the worst president America has ever had. My brother, I'm drawing your mind to some very important thing. Some have regretted. We don't know whether it's 1 million or 2 million, 10 million. No. But we still have very, 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 very die-hard fans of Donald Trump. And they are those, my brother, my sister, who are going to give us the ninth man. They would make sure that America does not know peace. They would make sure that the words of their mentor, the devilish terrorist Donald Trump, will continue to echo in the wilderness, echo, my brother, my sister, in the calcon of the whole of America. My brother, my sister, over 70 million people voted for Donald Trump. Even the devil has fans. Even the devil has supporters. I am not by any means saying that Joe Biden is an angel, but any other person is better than Donald Trump. We just have to learn our lessons and move on. That listen, if this was Africa, where all this nonsense was happening, America would certainly have sent down some soldiers and armies around to terrorize the people and call them uncivilized. But today we saw a sitting American president order his supporters to go out there and attack the Capitol. We saw one person die. We saw several people arrested. We saw statues broken down. We saw window panes smashed. And we saw the havoc they wreaked on the whole of the Capitol. You all saw it. Now, those of you who think America is heaven, those of you who think once you don't have a visa to America, you have lost heaven. You see how foolish you are? You see how foolish you are? That you would hang yourself, take your own life. You go to church and pray and swallow holy water, holy oil, holy stones, take cutlasses to church to kill all your enemies spiritually so you can go to America. This is the America that you are killing yourselves for. This is the America which has been COVIDized by COVID-19. And it is the country that is dying most of this deadly disease, despite all their experts in medicine, despite all their know-how technologically and everything. Now, if Hollywood is anything to go by, America is where God lives. One American can go into the jungle and kill 1 million Chinese people in their Hollywood movies. People are shooting, 1 million people are shooting at one man. Not even one bullet hits him. They create in your minds that they are superior in everything. That you are nothing but shitholes. Now, it is no longer colonialism. Neither is it slavery. But the two have been boxed together to give you what is called mental slavery. When you control the thinking of a man, you don't have to be worried about what he can do. How many people agree with me? When you control the thinking of a people, you puppet them like Koliko. You don't have to bother their actions because you control their thinking. And Hollywood is one of the propaganda tools that America uses to make you feel inferior. They make their movies and they look at you as jungle people who are so uncivilized. And you also put it in your mind. Any movie you watch and see black people in it, you expect that they'll be chewing grass and be walking naked. If you don't see that, then that's not a good movie. My brother, my sister, it's time for a critical thinking black generation. Our forefathers, our ancestors in the past did their bit. It's like with you, you have no time. Don't ever think that you have time. Don't ever think that you have 1 million years ahead of you. Very soon, you will start having grace in your mustache, in your beard. And if you are a woman, one day you will stand by the mirror and look at where you have hair around your body, and you will see gray hair coming out. It's just a warning that you are getting closer and closer to the cemetery. My brother, my sister, listen, very importantly, before Joe Biden was sworn in, the FBI had to invite all the people who were in charge of security, the soldiers, the police, and they vetted every single one of them and removed a number of them. Listen, soldiers and police, this is important, my brother, who were supposed to provide security for the inauguration of Joe Biden. FBI descended on the list and vetted each one of them as if in a job interview, and disqualified some of them. If Trump hadn't done that, there would not have been the need to vet these people. But that's not the point I'm making. Please come along. The point I'm making is very simple. Even amongst those giving you security, even amongst those who have sworn by the bald-headed eagle of America and told you that they would stand by America, that they would uphold the integrity of America, there are some who are part of the 70 million people who voted for Trump. How many people see what the picture I'm trying to paint? So the FBI looked at their backgrounds and looked at how close they were with the former president Trump, the man who wanted to bring down the whole of America because he lost an election he claimed he won without any evidence. If there was any evidence, we'd say, okay, let's give him a listening ear. But absolutely no evidence. He just wanted to be problematic and cause chaos cantankerously right there in America. They removed all those security people and left those who, in quotes, were either neutral or stood by the American bald-headed eagle. What point is Blakk Rasta making? In Ghana, we have 5 million people plus who voted for Nana Addo. Amongst them, we have police and soldier. Another 5 million plus, according to what the EC said, also voted for Mahama. And amongst them, police and soldier. There are those who are supposed to be given us security. Hallelujah. Need I go forward? Need I go forward? Or you've seen the picture already. In this country, my brother, my sister, and in every caboodle of life, never assume that everybody that claps for you is applauding you. Like the proverbial mosquito that went out and came back to tell the mother, oh mother, I'm so beautiful. When I flew out alone for the first time, everybody was clapping at me and telling me how beautiful I was. I said, my son, don't be stupid. That clap was supposed to smash you and kill you. And remember, not every kiss on the cheek is a symbol of love. Ask Jesus Christ. He will tell you about Judas. Remember, my brother, my sister, not everybody who follows you is a follower. Some of them are pursuers. Come again. Message. Not everybody who follows you is a follower. Some of them are foes and some of them are pursuers. Some are chasers and some are hunters. Kai. Dodo. Think about it. My brother, my sister, in this country, as it stands right now, is very polarized. Very polarized. The only way forward is patriotism. The only way forward is to see no other color but red, gold, green, and a black star in the middle. In these times, the only way forward is patriotism. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Hallelujah. Bold to defend. My God have mercy. Think about it, my brother, my sister. The whole America had to bring the FBI down to cut down the number, not because it was so much, but because they found cockroaches. My brother, my sister, coming in for dinner. And when you have cockroaches on your dinner table, you mess it up, my brother, my sister. You would have a dinner of cockroaches, and nobody wants to have that because we are not fowls. Think about it. That is why our courts have to be up and doing. That is why our judges must uphold the integrity of equal rights and justice, both to defend the good name of Ghana. Freedom and justice. Today, my brother, my sister, Donald Trump may temporarily fail to destabilize America, but a demonic man like that never gives up. Mark my words. A demonic man who deceived the whole world that he's Christian and he believes in Jesus Christ and he believes in a Holy Spirit, right now has flung away the Bible and is walking like Judas's uncle. To God be the glory. I leave it here. Those who have eyes, let them see. And those who have ears, let them hear and know it that apart from patriotism, the Ghana cause, don't behave like people like Carlos. The MPP in me could not be controlled. What buffoonery. Do you have any iota of patriotism? That's a shame. Shameful statement. The same way those guys were running after everything Trump said and forgot about the bigger picture of America. The ideals and the virtues of a country, my brother, my sister, that has kept the country aloft till now. One man came to pull down the walls, and he still has supporters all over Africa. In Nigeria, they have named a street after a buffoon like that. When you come to Ghana, there are people who support him. Somebody called me from England, a serious brethren that I respect. He said, yo, Blakk Rasta, why are you so anti-Trump? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but you know Trump? Yeah, man. That man, yeah, he was not our friend. But he just came to show us to stand on our feet. He called us shithole so that we'll fix our... We don't need Trump to tell us to fix our economy. The energy that we have to fix our economy, the energy that we have to fix Africa, his ancestors took that to America when they carried us as slaves. And we built their White House. We built their capital. We built America. We built England. You have no right to moralize it on us and tell us to build our land after you've taken our energy. You're mad? Think about it, brethren. We're not fools. We know our history. And we don't want any man to come tell us our history because you dilute it and give it to us like cockroaches. We don't want cockroaches because we are no fowls. Today, America is polarized. I cry for Biden. How many of the 70 million people who voted for Trump would he be able to convince and re-educate, rewire their minds? The Lord God have mercy. Rewire their brains and connect all the broken wires so they can think again. How many? Before they realize it is too late. These are the same people who can form a terrorist movement worse than Al-Qaeda. After all, their boss has lost and nothing else matters to them. Nothing else is of value to them. You thought you voted an angelic Christian into power. Now you are realizing that you have voted Judas's uncle into power. Same way, there are a lot of politicians who come to you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the battle is the Lord's. Oh, the Lord is with us. Hallelujah. Oh, you see them in church when election is coming. You see them at the mosque. And then when election is over, they are too busy for God. I leave it here. Let it rest here for now. Why am I hearing that Nana Addo has collapsed a lot of ministerial positions and offices? Now you were the people who were complaining that there were so many ministerial positions and the ministers were too many. Now Nana Addo says the purpose of creating some of these ministries has been done. comedy. I look at this and it's comic. I laugh. Especially Zongo ministry. Ministry of Zongo. Ministry of Zongo. They created the ministry of Zongo in order to develop the Zongos and draw the minds of the Zongolese, people like me, to a certain kind of developmental plan and independence. What percentage of that has been achieved? I tell you something. You see what is happening in court? Let it come out that there is going to be a runoff and another election. These same people who have no focus, they have no respect. And I tell you, I'm not just throwing words. We'll go back to the Zongo people and tell them, the moment they get the hint that there's going to be a runoff, they will re-establish Zongo ministry. Hey, Blakk Rasta said it. Hey, mark it on the wall. Let the courts come out and say, hey, there's going to be a runoff. Because as for Zongo people, we are only good in the gym. We carry, and then we get the body and fight for stupid politicians. Hey, listen, I am saying that let the court say there is going to be a runoff. And for that matter, another round of elections for NDC, NPP. You will see these focusless people. These people who have no principles. They are the same people who will run to the Zongo again the moment they hear the slightest hint that, hey, the thing, no, the way is going to be a runoff, and they will go there and say, hey, Mr. President, fellow Ghanaians, you see, what we wanted to do with the Zongo, we realized that we have to take it up to the American standard, British standard, yes, and so we are bringing ministers there again to deal with the thing. In a few days, you will hear that, oh, runoff. Then people say, so they had the hint, eh? That's why they are bringing back those. What have you done in the Zongo for you to come and say that the work in the Zongo is finished? Apart from the fact that you removed Abdul Hamid, Dr. Hamid, from information ministry and posted him to Zongo to deal with his people. I don't want to go into that. And he himself, if he will speak the truth, has never been happy with that. He will read the Quran from morning till night, go to the mosque with the people, but deep inside him, he would feel that he's not been treated fairly. Why? Because when it was time for the running around, he was part of the running around, following, talking to the Zongo people, talking. Every Zongo he went, he will quote a Quranic verse. Innama al-a'amanu bin niyat. Innama lukulli Ibrahim nawa. Recite everything, all the hadiths, all the surahs, he's memorized. Every Zongo community, he will speak Hausa, Dagbani, everything. After elections, you are not really very good for communication and all that. So go to your Zongo people, the people that you were reciting the Quran and go there. It's not to say that some ministries are better than others, but it's the mentality, the mind. Look, we don't do politics. I don't like politics. I hate it. All I want is a better Ghana. Believe it if you may. If you don't believe it, it will be too late for you. It will be like the Ark of Noah. Those of you who are playing redundancy, those of you who are procrastinating, you will get to the doormat and it's locked, and you shall be flooded by the flood waters and carried away like some piece of touch. Hey, and I'm reading this from my Joy Online. I'm going to read it out, just 4 or 5 lines, and we are done. It says, portfolio of senior minister script. Other ministries abolished in Akufo-Addo's new government. Listen. President Nana Akufo-Addo will on Thursday, that's today, submit to Parliament the list of his proposed ministries and regional ministers to the Speaker of Parliament. In a communique from the presidency Thursday, Eugene Ayin, head of communication, said the total number of ministers to be appointed by President will not exceed 85. This is different from 126 ministerial appointments that characterize his first term in office. Now listen, this is the most important part. 7 ministries, namely aviation, business development, inner city and zongo development, monitoring and evaluation, planning, regional reorganization and development, and special development initiatives have been realigned. The president has effected his realignment because virtually, listen to this, virtually all special purpose ministries have achieved the purposes for which they were established. I leave it there. Do you need to be Angel Gabriel to understand this? Do you need to be a professor to understand this? You say, listen, let me bring your mind to something. Listen to this grammar. It says that all the ministries have been realigned. You know what that means? It means that the purposes of all this, or the work that all these things were supposed to do, they've been given to other ministries to deal with that. Now it comes again to say that the purpose is done. If it's done, why do you carry the purpose again to another ministry to handle? Somebody doesn't understand. Somebody doesn't understand. You are saying that all these ministries have been realigned. In other words, shifted to other ministries to deal with. Then you come and say again that the purpose of these ministries have been achieved. What was the purpose? To pay the boys, the grassroots boys, foot soldiers, to call everybody an honorable, or what? But to the Maizongo people, that's what I can see straight away. They've removed it. Let there be a runoff. They will come back to you. You know why I'm saying they will come back to you? That's what they did to Formina MP. No principles. In other words, I cannot work with you according to the constitution of our party. Anybody who turns his back on the party and becomes an independent candidate must be kicked out of the party. To the point that they asked the Speaker of Parliament, who is now resting well in retirement, my brother, my sister, to kick Formina MP out because he was no longer representing the party. Formina MP went ahead with his boldness and won the elections. And now, 137, Formina MP was the decider. Quickly, as I always say, they went with their tails between their legs, begging Formina MP. We saw majority minister, that is MP, whatever post, I'm not interested in politics, so I don't know these things, had to apologize. My party has apologized, so I've also apologized. Nanado is apologized. Where are your principles? Let your A be your A. Call a spade, and not a long farm implement. That's the point I'm making. Finally, my brother, my sister, I'm going to end it. Senior minister's office has been collapsed. They said during President Kufuor's time, there was that thing, senior minister's portfolio. Senior minister is like the class prefect of all the ministers. It is a post for old friends of the president. His classmates in 1802, in order to say, oh, when we were in school, There was a day I was short of shito, and you gave me 2 spoons of shito. Please come and be senior minister. Oh, I remember in 1802, when they were going to cane me, you were the person who saved me from the cane. Come and be senior minister. We all saw the abysmal performance of a senior minister who has never been good. From the days he was finance minister, all the way down, my brother, my sister, to the time that he took us to Hippic, to the time that he became a Galamsey advocate, and flying Chinese left, right, and center. You will retire in disgrace, Osafo. You have retired in disgrace. The disgrace shall continue lingering on your head until you apologize to the people of this country. If we jail Aisha Huang and the rest, that will not bring us money to build the economy. So why do you want them to be punished? Disgrace! These are not patriots, are they? They are not patriots. You know what they are? Stomach politicians, my brother, my sister. I remember Noll and Associates, and how Domlevo was kicked out of the office. I remember Hamidou, the talkative letter writer. I look at all these things, and I cannot let Ghana down. I look at all these things, and I cannot let my ghetto youth down. I think about all this. It's better to fireburn all these crazy old men in power. It's better to fireburn all these stomach politicians. It's better to fireburn all these guys who have no future because they are about to die anyway. We all shall die. You understand? We all are going to die one day, but there are some that are closer to the grave than others. True or false? Ghana shall prosper. Ghana shall make sense. The youth must rise. If you are a youth and you are on the street cleaning windscreens and kneeling down on the road to beg people for coins so you can eat. If you are a youth, you are so frustrated, you are on drugs. On the street, you are waiting to get some coins and go and buy Tramol. Or smoke something whose name I cannot mention on radio. Or inhale something whose name I cannot mention on radio. Or inject something whose name I will not mention on radio. It's time now to kick all these useless old men out. It's time to hold your country back. It's time to hold on to the tenets of Kwame Nkrumah. Time to hold on, my brother, my sister, to the powerful virtues of this country. What our ancestors did. They laid down their lives. They shed blood. They were slaughtered like dogs in order that you and me today can walk freely. If we are not able to walk freely, and by walking freely, I'm not talking about walking from Ashaiman to Nima. That's useless. Walking freely is to be comfortable. Walking freely is to be able to survive without begging. Walking freely is to be able to speak my mind in no fear. Walking freely is to be able to provide for my family. If you can't do this, youth are in trouble. I go to England, and the only people who stand on the streets and are trying to wipe glasses and those funny things are drug addicts. They are people society looks down on. But what to eat shouldn't be a problem. But in this country, we have graduates who are beggars all over the place. And it's not because they are lazy, and it's not because they don't have the acumen. It's because the system is a bull. It has bullishly capsized their ship like the Titanic into the deepest abyss. To God be the glory. Finally, I read something from Yen. I don't know if it's a credible website, but well, whatever it is here. And it says that Reverend Owusu Bempa says, oh, in the spiritual realm, things have changed, and that Mahama can now be president, and that he's apologizing to Mahama for all the things he said, but he was only speaking the mind of God. And now, according to what is happening in the atmosphere, spiritual realms, all the wonderful things, Mahama can be president. Again, my brother, my sister, Reverend Owusu Bempa was my classmate. I love him. I appreciate him. I know that he has the calling of God upon him. I will not disrespect that oil. I will not disrespect him. I would rather say, if he really said it, may God bless him, that he's been bold enough to come out to speak at the time that the ruling party is in bed with him in one way or the other. May God give us the power to always speak the truth, no matter who will be offended. At this juncture, this is Ghana. Let Ghana be our topmost agenda. Let patriotism bulldoze every other thing that is untoward, that is not in line with it. To God be the glory. It's been the Black Pot. My name, Blakk Rasta.